All right, so at this time, I am going to get out of the way because that's also important. And so I want to make space to bring Bahia Ramos up to welcome us officially on behalf of the Wallace Foundation. And so Bahia, we will spotlight you and unmute yourself.
I love all these pictures from former LCs. Those are really beautiful moments, by the way. So I'm going to show some appreciation for all that. I am so happy to be here with you today. It's really, quite honestly, a pleasure and a privilege to see all of your faces. I've been looking forward to this all week. And I'm really excited about the time that we get to spend together. And while I wish, we could all be in a space hugging each other and saying hellos, just to be able to meet virtually and try a new platform and experiment with a new space where we get to build community is exciting for me and just shows the potential for what we can create all together. I think you see the agenda for today both acknowledges the realities that we're facing in our communities and clubs and in our lives. And in our attempts to kind of build some resilience collectively as a community to face them, but also just leaving some space for that creative imagination to take hold and think about how we imagine new futures for our children through our work, through the spaces we create, through the things that we try, and know that I know that me, my team at Wallace, the foundation as a whole, are really behind that premise of really believing in the work that you do, but also standing by all the steps you take to create new avenues of potential for the children and their families. I'm really so grateful that we get to do this work together and that we get to come together in any way that we can throughout the year to learn from each other and set the standard for how this work should be done. And know that I am sending you all the love I can possibly muster up from Brooklyn to you all, and just this utter belief that while this time feels like this kind of like jarring of the matrix for a moment, it is really a space not for us just to say, oh, we have to be productive and like create and move, but to like create some stillness and create some spaciousness in this to be mindful, to think about what the core motivations for all of us are, and invest in that proposition to just grow and deepen our practice. So thank you for being here today. I appreciate you taking time out to be here today, because I know what the trade-offs are for being here today and what it takes for you to be here today. And I hope, in the spirit of this day, we can keep it moving all together and move someplace that feels really special and new and authentic and lovely once we're done. So with that, I'm gonna pass it on to, I think it's Peter. Oh, back to Mashana. And I will see you again. I'll be one of the Zoom squares throughout this time, but I'll open my mouth again later this afternoon when we come together.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you, one, for the welcome, but also thank you that your welcome is so in line with who you are and who you have been throughout this entire process since we've had an opportunity to come on board. I think one of the things in thinking about how do you take this experience that we know that we have, this community that we've started to build, and ensure that we're able to do it in this space. It was beautiful to hear the messaging from you and your team that said, yes, there are things we need to talk about. Yes, there are updates that need to happen. But what also is equally important is we just need to know how our people, that these are the folks that we have been called to walk alongside to do this great work. And so we want to just know how we are.